Welcome back to another episode of LA Fishguys. This is part 2. We're working on a large 300-gallon reef tank here at a service customer of Cande's. Cande, if you recall, is that service business called Aquatic Illusions. Not only did he do that 1,000-gallon reef tank, but also the rose garden anemone tank. We're here today. He's servicing the tank. We're in the process of getting ready to start cleaning it. We're also going to be doing a water change here. Looks like, what, about 30, 40 gallons?
44 gallons.
44 gallons, and this is the special Cande saltwater mix. It's a brand of salt that is, what was it again?
Ocean.
It's a special brand of sea salt, and that's tap water. Tap water right there. So in addition to cleaning the tank, we're going to do a water change today.
We'll come back to the water in just a moment. For now, what Cande's using are aquarium cleaning magnets. There are 2 strong magnets, one on the inside, one on the outside. They grasp each other together, and as you move them back and forth, the one on the inside follows, thus scraping the algae off the inside of the acrylic.
And as with any acrylic aquarium, you want to start at the top and kind of work your way down to the bottom, addressing the bottom last because chances are that's where you're going to pick up a granule of gravel.
It's that granule of gravel trapped on the inside magnet that would scratch the acrylic. So the best way to avoid scratches is to make sure the magnets are free of granules of gravel. You can see here that as you move the magnet on the outside, the one on the inside will follow it.
One of the seams open up with the...
And you may recall from a previous rose garden anemone tank episode, Cande is the service fellow who uses faucet water right out of the tap to make his synthetic sea salt at the customer's location. It sounds a little too good to believe, but the bottom line is you can't argue with his results. And it just goes to show there's more than one way of making salt water.
You always want to have something smooth underneath. This is more like of a terry cloth for like car finishings. You know what I mean? Since the acrylic is very similar to a finish on the car, you want to be very careful as far as scratching it. We pre-clean and pre-wipe the tank down, so we just didn't start, wiping away and cleaning away. So you guys don't worry.
This large 300-gallon aquarium has a 4-sided internal overflow, and that leads down to an open sump that has a large protein skimmer sitting in it. Part of regular maintenance on a protein skimmer is the removal of the collection cup so you can empty its contents as well as clean the inside of its neck.
Tell us a little bit about your system.
Well, it's a pretty basic system that I put together. It's a very old tank. This tank's about 12 years old. It's been up and running for quite some time, and just simple stuff. Just skimmer. We have this white pipe right here. Is just the return for the cooling system. I didn't want it too close back to the return. This bit pump basically controls the whole system. It's the heart of the system. This one goes up towards the UV. We have it going back into the UV. Then we have one not to kill the pump so much. We have one going directly into the chiller, which basically this is your return back into the system, and it keeps the temperature on the tank stable.
So all the water movement in the tank exits via that internal overflow, passes down through this filter, picked up by the pump either to a refrigeration unit or through a UV unit, and then back into the tank with these 2 returns up here.
As you can see, this is where the filtering happens. There's filter pads that are in here. There is charcoal. There's phosphate remover, basically to keep maintaining the water at a prestige levels.
Does your aquarium have an algae problem? Do long green strands of algae grow all over everything? Is red not the color you wanted your rocks and gravel to be? Then you should consider the Santa Monica Algae Scrubber. This unit is designed to be placed above the aquarium or straddling the sump or wet-dry trickle filter below the aquarium. The Santa Monica Algae Scrubber uses 2 light enclosures placed on either side of a specially designed acrylic body to grow algae on a screen suspended from a spray rod inside the unit. That screen quickly and naturally grows its own algae, which in turn is scraped off on a weekly basis. If you want your fish or reef aquarium back, the Santa Monica Algae Scrubber is the solution. Visit santa-monica.cc for more information.
Hello, my name's Jim Stein. I'm the LA Fish Guy. Would you like to learn more about marine aquariums? Are you willing to travel to learn more about marine aquariums? Well, this coming September 9th, 10th, and 11th, the Greater Iowa Reef Society is hosting MACNA 2011. That's the Marine Aquarium Conference of North America. And again, it'll take place September 9th, 10th, and 11th of 2011 in Des Moines, Iowa. They've asked me, Jim Stein, the LA Fish Guy, to come give a presentation, so you know it's going to be a winner. Make sure to schedule yourself appropriately though, because I'm the first presentation that Friday morning at 10 o'clock. Here's how to gather more information.
When in Los Angeles, make it a point to stop in Long Beach, California at Age of Aquariums, 2642 Cherry Avenue, just off the 405 freeway near Signal Hill. At Age of Aquariums, their knowledgeable staff showcases designer aquariums featuring colorful corals and exotic fish, a spectacular 4-sided 500-gallon living coral reef, along with a wide selection of coral frags and a large selection of saltwater fish, the cute, the graceful, and the not so cute. Age of Aquariums also carries a selection of popular freshwater fish for the beginning hobbyist. Along with a full line of aquarium supplies and supplements, Age of Aquariums quarantines and medicates all their new fish and proudly provides LA and Orange County's largest aquarium maintenance service. Age of Aquarium is located at 2642 Cherry Avenue, just off the 405 freeway near Signal Hill. Open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays. For more information, dial 562-438-6252 or visit ageofaquariums.biz.
And that's a ASM G3 protein skimmer.
Yes.
This is a Venturi-operated protein skimmer, meaning there is a small valve on the inlet side of the water pump that as it sucks in water, it also produces the air.
Does that produce more air, or is that really all it produces?
No, it produces more air. We have to check the injecting needle to make sure it's not plugged up.
What Cande means is that a Venturi valve will eventually plug itself up because as the water and air interface occurs, there's little splattering that also occurs. And in a saltwater environment, that involves a salt film or a salt crust. The point is that this little Venturi valve either needs to be replaced or cleaned on the spot so that it can produce as much in the way of aeration as possible.
Oh boy, that's a significant improvement. And that's the result of what? Just switching out?
Switching out and basically all the calcium deposits that basically build up, they clog that, which basically restricts the air from going inside.
This is the Venturi valve, which is on the inlet side of the water pump, and that's what sucks the air into the pump, which in turn blows it into the protein skimmer.
Yes.
Oh yeah, significant improvement. And so the new one was what, just clean?
Yeah, the new one was just clean. I have a spare, you know. It's always
And
good.
what do you use to clean it out?
You could use vinegar. Vinegar and some water and just let it sit for a few days. Or if not, you can let it sit out in the sun and just let the sun bake it and just wash it off. But the Venturi, you always want to clean it with something, with a toothpick would be ideal for the size of hole, depending on the size hole, and just unplug it. But at the same time, the holes builds up stuff too, so you have to blow some water through there and make sure that it's there's nothing, you know, restricting the air from going through there.
But that's a significant improvement in the amount of air going in there. So good reason to keep your Venturi valve clean.
You know, this is the fun part about it, you know, creating an ecosystem that's well balanced. You know, as you can see, there's no fish in there with damaged tails. You know, everybody.
In fact, you want to tell us quickly the rest of the corals in the tank and then the fish as well?
Okay, sure. You know, right here we have.
Well, you got another piece of Montipora.
Yes, a green. That's a piece that's already latching on, and we have a small piece of green candy cane. There's a piece of Australian acans.
Oh wow, okay. And then what is it, Favia, or what is that? Acans, you say they're in the back?
Yes.
And what's the one right in front of it? The green one.
That you guys are gonna have to forgive me, but I believe that is a Pavona.
Oh, okay.
But I could be wrong, so you know.
And then another Montipora capricornus.
Yes.
And then this one below it, some kind of encrusting coral, huh?
Yes, it's some kind of a Capricornus almost.
And how big was it when it went in?
It was the size of a $50.
Oh my.
$50 piece.
And then another Alleviopora.
Alveopora, yes.
Now this one here, this is very interesting. Tell us about this one.
This is an Australian Duncan's coral.
Duncan's coral.
Duncan's coral. I like it because it's very similar to an elegance coral. This was only 3 heads. I want to say maybe about a year ago. As you can see, there's almost over about 100 heads on her by now. You know, it's a beautiful species that does very, very well, and easy to feed. He loves zooplankton, Arctic pods, you know, a lot of things, you know.
And how many heads has that grown into now?
I believe there's close to almost 100 heads on there.
Wow. Wow.
You know, as you can see, there's a lot of other little heads that are underneath
How
the
long
bigger
has
heads.
it been in here?
Close to a year.
So it grew fast.
Yes, it grows
wow.
fast.
Wow.
It grows fast.
Some mushrooms.
We have some electric green mushrooms. You know,
And then this, another Cinerea.
another Cinerina, yes.
Oh, I like these a lot. There's one fish in here that has captured my attention, and that is this dark fish. That is a what?
How freaky.
Very nice.
Right up above them, we have a Tahiti carpet anemone.
Oh wow.
As you can see, I've seen it change colors. It fades out to a nice bright red, then it goes to a bright pink, and then fades out with white and pink. These are the things that I've seen it do. It's a new species that I've seen, so you know, like everything is under observation. You know, see how it does in captivity.
Well, why don't we come on back for part 3 and we can see the fish you've got in the tank, and then we'll finish doing that tank cleaning and water change.